Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got a comment that requested this one. It's the West-Tek Combat Rifle. It's kind of a different take on the base game Combat Rifle. We'll show off how it's different, kind of. Obviously, it looks somewhat different. The baseline is kind of the same here. It's a very interesting gun. So we can craft this for ourselves at the chemistry station off rib. It does look a little bit, like the Combat Rifle. Sounds like it. I have it shooting .45 right now. That reload is very weird looking, for sure. Now, this is only a 2.47 megabyte mod, so it's like just barely existing in your load order at all. So you can craft this for yourself. I believe it's under utility here. I'm going to scroll all the way down. The West-Tek Rifle for 5 steel. You can get this in very early on in the game. So if I craft this for myself, I do want to show off a weird oddity that I had. Well, this one's automatic. So like you get a random thing here, like this. I just crafted that other one. This is one too. You can see that my thumb is clearly through that magazine there on this reload animation with the .45 magazine. Now this mod does support lots of different styles of attachments and stuff, different calibers and stuff. We're gonna go over most of that here. I do really like these iron sights. I want to mention that as a thing. Like they almost remind me of like a like an MP5 iron sight. Very clean. Very easy to read things, and I'm a big iron sight guy if you guys don't know that already. If you haven't been around the channel long enough to know that I really like small scopes and stuff. So we look at our receivers here. Receivers are just damage based, or whether they're automatic or semi-automatic. So obviously I think what we got, automatic receivers, powerful receivers probably the best. So if we put powerful on, just to see, that's the best semi-auto receiver. Then we go powerful automatic. We do lose some damage. We actually do gain DPS here though, so that, trade off there. I do like my guns automatic, so we have lots of barrels here. Short light, long barrel, long light barrel, short ported barrel, long ported barrel, suppressed barrel. So no muzzle. We'll get to that later. Let's put the long barrel on there for right now. They said the mod author does say it could kind of function like an SMG or like a marksman rifle. Obviously with the big marksman stock and all those things, we're doing the long range stuff, but you could do the short stock and definitely SMG it up, or recoil compensating stock. I mean, especially if we're making it full auto. So right now I have a medium .45 magazine on there. Small .45 is an option too. Large .45. Quick eject versions of those as well. Not the large one though. The large has to be slow reload. And then 5.56 as well as .308. So we can get really big. This is your big marksman rifle style thing. We'll put that on there. Glow sights, see-through scopes, or short scope. And then different, they mark them as see-through, long scope, night vision scopes. We'll just put the glow sights on there for now. And then a regular suppressor. It does reduce the range. It sucks, is what it is. The attachment pack has spoiled me with heavy suppressors that don't. And then you have different handle covers here. It just looks different. Like you could put a carry handle on there. And then obviously you could put like paints on there because it's trying to treat it like a combat rifle. So this is our 20 round. This is a large magazine of .308 rounds. We have a long barrel on there. That carry handle is like really cumbersome in the way. The glow sights are really nice. Full auto, .308 combat rifle. That's still definitely clipping on the reload though. My hand is all up through that magazine. And that magazine, like, is that a double wide? That's not the right thing. It is like a double wide. Technically, that's like it's not taped, and I guess it's like welded together. It's a bracketed magazine, so it would act like you would flip it, right? Because it looked like it should be a magazine on the other side, but you just kind of take it out and put it back in. So it is cool that it can function in all different kinds of ways. Obviously .308 here, but you could do that 5.56 in the middle, right? Like, I wonder what a large 5.56 magazine looks like. We'll put the regular short scope on there for now, but you could do other things, right? You could totally go short stock. It is going to probably be a little bit more recoily, but you don't gain too much accuracy stat. I guess if we put no muzzle on there, we get range back. How much range do we lose off of putting the suppressed barrel on there? Still losing, actually probably even more range, and we lose accuracy as a stat. So it's an SMG with a short scope. Heat shroud barrel cover. Like, I'm just trying to see, like, why would you put? I mean, obviously just cosmetic differences of the barrel covers. Short scope should look like a regular vanilla short scope. It's like a 5.56 SMG. That's kind of crazy. It's still clipping on that reload though. That reload is not. No matter what magazine I seem to put on there. We get 30 on the 5.56 though. On a large though. So probably like 20 on a medium, 10 on a small, something like that. We'll look it up though. I don't really know what these barrel covers are doing. There's like vintage. It doesn't change the weapon functionality wise though. I guess we'll put a regular reflex sight on it. Let's see what that looks like. Let's do a large .45 magazine. That does increase the fire rate. Like, the bigger magazines do lose fire, or like the bigger calibers do lose fire rate, right? Like by a good margin, but gain damage is a trade-off. But as you see there, the trade-off is actually you lose DPS. So .45, short stock, a little SMG with a reflex sight might be the way to go. Might be the way to go if you want to, especially if you want to make it full auto, because you're really worried about the DPS. There's a reflex sight. It looks fine. I mean, it's pretty clean. There's a lot of recoil here. Like, I mean, you see, that's insane. It's a large 40 round, 45 magazine. It's an interesting little a rifle, I guess. It's this SMG definitely right now, though. This is a little short .45. I mean, it uses the same caliber of ammunition as the base game SMG. So let's do the short see-through scope version. Let's kind of make it like... They have a large .308 quick eject. They have a regular large .308. They have a large... See, it's a quick eject. I guess the reload is faster, but it's not actually doing faster things. Then we want, like... You could put a polymer stock on there. Technically, the recoil compensating stock is the best stock, though. That's like... That looks very much like the attachments from the... Well, this marksman stock that's polymer. This is, like, hunting rifle stuff. Once you get to, like, 50 cal type of thing. And then you have a mark... That wood? Yeah, I like the wood, though. Recoil compensating stock, though, it would be the way to go. Short scope. We want like a long barrel now, though, for sure. Like, because if we're using it like a rifle, ported is better. Light technically loses a little bit of accuracy. Technically a little bit lighter too, though. But you know, and you lose the most hip fire accuracy here, and then you can just put your own suppressor on there if you want to. Or bayonet. The bayonet is obviously an option. Muzzle brake is an option too. We can suppress it ourselves. Putting the suppressor on there with a long barrel is more range than having the suppressed barrel on there. This is our see-through scope. That's full auto. I did not change it to semi-auto. That's okay. 20 round is a large magazine. So it looks better, I think, than the bracketed quick eject version, right? Like, you can put this large 5.56 quick eject on there. So let's go to powerful receiver. Now, you could change this weapon up. It does technically lose DPS this way, but damage per shot is increased. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense to bracket those. It just, you know, the reload is faster, but not in a way that makes sense, right? Like it'd be better if you like put like some kind of grip on the magazine. Maybe that's why you reload it faster. But putting them bracketed and then you don't actually flip it, I just don't understand why it's there like that. Then it just causes even more clipping, and the clipping is definitely an issue with this, right? Like, this is our long DMR though. I mean, technically you can make it even more. I mean, you definitely want to go .308, and I definitely don't want to fuck with the quick ejects just because they look like you can see it. It's like bracketed. It looks weird. Let's see what a medium magazine looks like. Medium 5.56 or 308, right? And then I don't particularly like these versions of the CC scope, but I'll look at them. I mean, the scope, like that scope looks really cool, right? But I don't like this. Why is it be see-through? What's the point of that? You actually get less peripheral vision than if it wasn't a see-through scope. Semi-auto, 15 round mag, definitely DMR type category here, right? Big long rifle. Now this is not even the way I would use the weapon. There's no way. Like I'm not about it like that. I don't like that though. Like the regular long scope, I bet is better, right? Like that's it. It's just better. And it's not my everybody has particular preferences, but this looks way better to me. Obviously, you know, it's got all the the distance mod, like, right, like, oh, you got to measure for drop. You don't have to measure for drop. It's Fallout, but it's like a interesting take on the combat rifle. It's different. It's got some unique differences to it for sure, right? Just I don't like the clipping on the magazine, and the different magazines of different ammo types is cool. The auto, semi-auto capacity is also cool, but like here, let me real quick like give myself a combat rifle. So we'll go over here to my cheat terminal portal. I use this to do these things. Like this is the deal. So if I go over here and I give myself just a regular combat rifle. Just a regular. It's 2.45 by default, but I have the attachment pack on. So with the attachment pack, which also affects a lot of other weapons, I could do all kinds of crazy stuff. I can make this .308 as well. So I make this .308. Right, I guess that's automatic .308. So I have a semi-auto .308 somewhere in here, just so I can compare directly. There you go. Put that on there, and then you still get long barrels. You get the support barrel. You get all kinds of things, right? Like your marksman barrel, right? So you would have like sniper stock, I suppose, right? We'll just say that for the example here, right? Like you get a drum magazine as a thing, right? Or the large quick eject magazine, which also has less clipping on the reload. You can put the long scope on there. You can also put like a heavy suppressor, so you actually don't lose any range on the thing because the attachment pack is cool like that. And that's the differences here. So we have our combat sniper rifle and then our suppressed powerful West-Tek rifle, and these are functionally the same thing, long scopes and other things. This has much better range on my regular default thing, and I've just used the attachment pack to put attachments on it. That's just a better version of this. Like this is worse, right? Like because like I have a large magazine on there, and the large magazine isn't going to cause any clipping. Now I'm not trying to be too much of a hater here, right? Like I don't like hating on things. This is a 40 round large magazine. It's a regular combat rifle. It looks like I'm holding the magazine, right? The long scope still, semi-auto, 308. long marksman barrel. This is not even the best way I could make this, but like you just get the idea of like, not that the attachment pack is obviously like a much bigger mod, but it does a lot more things, right? This West-Tek rifle is trying to do similar things, because the attachment pack also could do all these things. I could make this weapon 5.56 or all different kinds of things. Maybe I can't do 5.56 here. I guess that's the thing. I can make it .38 though. I can make it even softer, right? Like 30 caliber, because you can do all the munitions things and stuff, right? 12.7 millimeter, right? Like you do interesting stuff here. 30.6 to maximize damage, even more damage per bullet. Automatic .308 receiver, right? .308, and then we can go back to this West-Tek rifle. We can go, right, powerful automatic. You could still do different things here. It's 308, right? It's the same. And then, you know, it's still 20 damage better. It's got much better range. I guess the fire rate's a little higher on this West-Tek rifle. That's an interesting thing. The accuracy is the same because it's mostly affected by the scope. And it's a little bit lighter, technically. But, like, it's not... I mean, obviously, you could change this up and stuff. It's just a little bit of a weird vibe to me. Like, I'm just a big fan of the attachment pack, really, is the thing. I would never use this weapon like this, though, anyway. This West-Tek rifle is not a rifle to me. It's a submachine gun. So, powerful automatic receiver. I'd put the 45 magazine on there. I think that's the way that I want to go with that. I put like glow sights on there. I'd put like I mean, technically you can go short stock, but like you worry about recoil a little bit. Maybe you could do that recoil compensating stock if you really want to go that way. I might go like short ported barrel. I don't really need the range. Or maybe the suppressed barrel. Actually, suppressed barrel would be the way to go. And then these barrel covers exist, but I just don't. It doesn't matter to me that much. This is like I'd make like a little West-Tek SMG, but even then, even this like particular variant, it looks really cool. It's still got, you know, clipping in the magazine, because you're like trying to do the combat rifle reload, right? .45 little SMG. I mean, I could show again. I'm going to take this combat rifle we got here with the attachment pack, which I mentioned is a thing. It shoots .45 by default, so if we just go to powerful automatic receiver, we're going to lose some damage. We can go like, I mean, there's all different kinds of barrels in here now. We can go suppressed barrel though, just to keep it kind of somewhat similar. Like a recoil compensating stock, that's like a vanilla one, but like a heavy recoil stock, you could do that too. That's the thing. You could do a drum magazine, and then you could do glow sights, right? And that's functionally the same thing here. And then they're a lot more equivalent. And then the West-Tek rifle is having a faster fire rate, higher range in this kind of capacity, and higher accuracy. So like I said, the West-Tek rifle kind of exists better as an SMG. If you're trying to make it compete with the rifle kind of category, the attachment pack is better. But it does offer some unique value here this way. I really do like the glow sights. The sights here are really good. So we're going to test the weapon out in some combat this way. I'm sure it's going to function well. There's no reason to believe that it's not going to feel good to use. I'm just not sure of its purpose, especially as it counts as a separate weapon. You have to, like, you can't, this is not like the combat rifle. It's a whole different other rifle, but it's functionally the combat rifle. Just worse in some ways, slightly better in others. It just takes a unique spot. Obviously, very small in file size, so you can just add it to your game. It doesn't hurt anything to have in there, and it does add some variety, but I don't know about too much. But we'll test it out in some combat. We'll see how that goes, and I will see you guys when I get there. All right, everybody, here, my favorite spot to test combat. We got ghouls over here, super mutants over here. There's already a suicider right there. So we do have a suppressed. All right. That worked out just fine. Like I said, the SMG style variant here with the tight hip fire is going to be really good. I could just hip fire spray that mutant hound down because he's rushing me, right? But I could still get pretty good medium range accuracy. Now, obviously, I'm not going to snipe anybody out with this. This is not that kind of weapon, but I like to run and gun anyway. That's my preferred playstyle. And we just kind of, you know, with .45 ammunition melt into the super mutants. That reload clipping is going to bother me, though. I think given enough time using the weapon. Now, ghouls should be no problem at all. Like, this should be the easiest thing of my whole life, right? Should be like one bullet a piece, pretty much. Little burst. I guess the fire rate is really fast on this, though. So, but you can see there, sneak attack criticaling, sneaking around, moving real quick, right? Like very fast, sneaking movement here. Because the gun is actually quite light. We've designed it to be light, right? Like, and this is the way that I think that this West-Tek rifle is better than the combat rifle with the attachment pack. Now, I know everybody's not going to want to fit the attachment pack into their load order or whatever. I can't understand why, but like, cause it's the best, right? That's why I like it's the attachment pack is so good. It's like what I consider practically, it's practically vanilla at this point. If you're using mods at all, you're using the attachment pack, and you should be getting the benefits from it. Like everybody should use that, right? And this is a good gun. It's solid. It feels like a good gun. This SMG variant particularly fits the way that I like to play. Let's see if I can land on the pipe and not die, huh? You believe in me, you guys? I believe in myself. I told you so. And then on the truck, and then we're out. Ta-da. But yeah, I mean, it's a good gun. It looks nice. I mean, the reload clipping is an issue. I think or the magazine clipping. It's also when you're reloading. But like, yeah, like not quite enough. Just one shot of mutant hound. But you can make it. You can make it that DMR. But you could also just you could also take just the combat rifle, like I said, with the attachment pack, and you're doing a lot of these things plus like 80 round drum. Still a .45 round. It does a little bit less damage, but you're functionally getting a very similar gun that does have some benefits. That 80 round drum mag, the glow sights are a little bit different. Your preference might be towards something like this. I do actually prefer the glow sights on this. This is one of my favorite things about this mod, and it's a very small mod. Like I said, it's not offensive to me that it exists. If you want to put it in your game, you can do like some interesting things with it for sure. But I just feel like if you're looking for a way to make the combat like you're looking for a combat rifle style mod, like an enhancement of vanilla style combat rifle, you could just download the attachment pack. My fucking frame, dude. You guys not hostile? We're chilling. We're chilling. Nope, not chilling. Sorry, walked a little too close. But I mean, it shreds. I really like this gun. The high fire rate version. I do like an SMG, just spraying and praying. I don't know what the fuck that doing. Game be bugging, man. It do be bugging and doing buggy things. But yeah, I do like the gun. Hard to recommend though when you could just get other things elsewhere that I think are better. And I think I've shown that off pretty effectively here. You guys let me know what you think down below though. Do you want to be checking out the West-Tek Combat Rifle for yourselves? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of the weapon. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like rating down below. If you do want to check out this mod for yourselves, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page and the Nexus mod page, wherever you can find this mod for yourselves. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so that we can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, or it may be, and I'll see you in the next episode.